Ooh, it's a hornet. Ooh.
There's I only count 4 meerkats. Where's the 5th one? Blowing up little blue bubbles. In this. Technical focus. No. I think that's what happens to the lily pads when they grow up.
It's called a sausage tree. There's only 2 little sausages over there. That side you want.
Fueron terapia y dice que está de verdad, pues,
place here for the kids to go in.
I know. Mom, that's just like a children's sense, kids sense garden. Oh, you can't, it's interesting, but you can't get out. Okay, no, okay, I thought they could get out.
It's a bunch of clowns.
They're not actually contact, they're just like...
Look, yeah, you got some fruit snacks. Are they so good?
That looks like a really cool.
Village.
Okay, sir! Sir, that works with me!
tramp would explain all the sculptures and everything.
This is my back leg.
Yeah, the back leg is not up.
This one is.
Yeah, but it's not like you can't backwards into the air.
Okay, but I can't make it look exactly like that when I'm on the
Okay,
ground.
wait.
I
I
gotta
can't
be
back.
like.
I don't know. You could, I don't know.
Leonardo da Vinci's horse. It's all the same horse, 3 different sizes. Huh? Made out of used tires.
Urban excursion.
You look, one way you look at it, it's a man. The other way, it's a woman.
We're just so glad to have you here. My name is Gary, and I'll be your tram narrator. And with us is the veteran driver, Phyllis, who will get us back here safe and sound in about 45 minutes or so. We're going to make the main path around the sculpture park. We'll tell you a little bit more about it in a moment. But first of all, a few household rules. If you got a cell phone with you, it's a great camera, but I would ask you to please put it on silence or vibrate, please. And also, we are not a hop-on or hop-off bus, so please retain your seat at all times and keep your arms and your legs inside the tram. She's going to slow down enough at around our main sculptures to get ample time to get those pictures. She's She's even got her eyes trained on the mirror. So if you're in the process of fishery taking, to create a warhorse for the gate of Milan to scare off would-be invaders saying, we're ready for you. You can see the raised hoof, the flaming nostrils, the muscle tone, definitely a warhorse. Here's the sad part. He got so far as to make the full-size on Henry lying man. And when you first see it, you'll think, oh, is that a real person? It looks so realistic, but it's too big to be a real person. So when you see a large sculpture, it's normally a composer, an artist, politician, a king or queen. But here he is saying, I'm celebrating you. Up on the hill you'll see your first glimpse of Male Female by Jonathan Borowski. Can you all see it? It's aluminum. She'll inch forward a little bit more. There you go. Male Female. And that's the main part. Can anybody guess what this is made out of? Looks like driftwood, doesn't it? It is bronze. It is bronze. It's by Deborah Butterfield. It is called Cabin Creek. So she and her husband live in Cabin Creek, Montana. They've got a ranch by Roxy Payne, a man, Roxy Payne. It's called Neuron. And what a great day to see this in the sunlight. Neuron is a brain cell. And your neurons have tiny entities that are called dendrites. The word in Greek for tree is the word dendron. When scientists named your brain cells the dendrites, they called them little trees. They look just like many trees. And so if you look at this, you see real trees around it, which I think is a great way to compose the composition of this. But also, think of this. When you think a thought, have a memory, your brain cells fire up. Electrical impulses. And it's aluminum. So sometimes artists do art for art's sake, I guarantee it. But sometimes they have a message for us. His is quite clear. He has told us what it is. He said that I made this to illustrate that two are better than one. Called Plantor, he hails from Scandinavia. I'm sure you've seen a picture of that in our brochure. That giant garden shovel is down this path and to your right. In school or on the news. He's considered the father of modern art in Great Britain. He did this piece, and it's called bronze form. Bronze form. And by the way, in the world of art, form we use for 3D art, shape we use for 2D art. So here in this form, with bronze, he says, I'm going to let you tell me what it is. I love the setting for it. What a great job our horticulturists have done. With this green cathedral of ceiling, you can see Eve. And again, today, it's just beautiful. So Eve is here, standing in a contralto position, with most of the weight shifted on one side of the body, like you and I normally stand. Her head is buried in her arms. The facial features are non-distinct. But look at the French artists as well, so don't forget to walk around in there. Now, what a fun piece. Look to your right. Is that a little girl, or is that a tree? See the little legs, little shoes, and the truncation? The challenge was a very busy road just outside the park. You probably came on it to get here, East Beltline Road. Giant trucks going by, unsightly, very noisy. And the question was, how do we put in a barrier that's attractive between that road and us? And the answer was this beautiful waterfall. So look at that waterfall, isn't that gorgeous? They brought 60 giant truckloads of granite, quartz, and sandstone from upstate New York, brought it here, dumped it, and they added their topsoil and their shrubbery and their landscaping to make that waterfall. They put in this pond. If you look in the pond, you will see koi fish, or large goldfish. Some are kind of white, some pinkish, some red, some yellow. They're beautiful. And you'll also, and by the way, those are a nuisance. They're not going to go anywhere. There's no outlet, there's no creek running out of it, so they're all contained right here. But you'll also see, and I see both right now, water lilies growing right on top of the water, and also lotus blossoms that are higher than the water was this area. Now to your left, Italian Arnaldo Pomodoro, Italian sculptor, created this called This in the Form of a Desert Rose. And I absolutely love it. Now, there is a flower called that, but that's not what he's trying to replicate here. He's trying to replicate the stone formation by Alexander Lieberman. And if you are a musician or musicologist, you are seeing hints of notes, or rests, or measures, or staff, or violin bow. We'll talk more about that again in a moment. But right now, and you will see a composition of two sculptures by Annika Beaumont, and they are very creatively titled, are you ready for this? Number 26 and number 25. Alright, now, the reason for that is this. She does not want to impose on you the narrative. She wants you to create the story. Hey, folks, coming to a sculpture on your left, if you were to give this one a title, what name would you give it? What would you call this?
Spider.
Spider! Yeah, good. That's what it's called. I like that. To your left, you'll also see two more works by him. Large parrot screams color. And while it really doesn't in that bright sunlight, look at that. You all see the small heart in that? And most of his sculptures have a heart-shaped element or some aspect of love. And then to your far left, about your 8 o'clock position, you will see his third work here. It's called Tools in Their Places. Tools in Their Places. Now, Jim Dine's grandfather owned a hardware shop. And so his granddad told him that when he stores tools at nighttime, they're always stored in that upright position. That's why he did it like this on these two busts. That's over the cross. Happiness, cheerfulness, exactly. So this is called by Keith Harry, and it's called Julia. Then this next word to your left called I, you, she, or he. So look at this. Ironically, just a little more forward there, girls. Can you all see the back now? Back row, can you see it? Good? All right, thanks. So, ironically, folks, that room was all checked out of the cemetery. And see again more clearly, perhaps those two I-beams that are well in the center, moving into it. It's moving right now, very slightly. Yeah, and there's also a path if you want to walk all around it, various points of view. Got it? All right, here's some peas on the hill, lovely flowers, sweet potatoes. And now to your left, the column of the free spirit. You're here on a very good day for this. So he was born in England. He now lives in Scotland, and he had the. We're going to make the bend here, and as we do that, it's a fun sculpture here. Gary Price and others have made sculptures of tree stumps and of deers and of geese. Oh, honeybee exhibit right now too. Wow, look at that. A honeybee exhibit. That's interesting. Inside. Oh yeah, I see it right now. Wow, it's amazing. Now, if you look to the left toward the barn, you will see the wooden fence, and you can see the shrubbery there. And you can now begin to see the head behind it. It's Lena Rader riding a pig during her birthday party. It's a sculpture in bronze. Now you can see it much better. Lena Rader riding her pig during her birthday party. Kapoor, a British-born Indian, created that to cause you to reflect when you go in there. That's why we go to the gardens, to reflect on your own life and the world around you. So those three discs are telling you, when you go in here, the purpose is reflection. And then also on your right, you'll see a basin of water with water coming out of the trough. It's called the Sogi basin. Again, the two cross beams and the two posts that reflect the entrance.
more interested in bees than they are honey. Honey is the bonus, but sometimes you don't take any if that colony can't afford it. So commercial beekeepers tend to pull every frame of honey out, harvest all of the honey, and then for August and September they feed them Caro syrup, sugar water. They bring in these big 30-gallon packages and
Wildflower and buckwheat.
they're in it for the business. I'm not saying jazz.